Sometimes life pushes you to make a change, even when you're not sure what the outcome will be. For me, that moment came when I left Florida with nothing but my daughter, my car, and a dream. It wasn't easy, and it didn't go as planned, but it led me to something greater. Hi, welcome to Miyagi the Blueprint. This is my first full video, and I'm so excited to share my story with you. If you've ever thought about starting over, chasing a dream, or building something new, you'll definitely relate to this. Today, I want to tell you about how I left my hometown, faced some of the hardest moments of my life, and found my purpose in a way I never expected. On my 28th birthday, I was in Miami, and I decided I wanted to do better for myself and my daughter. But I realized Miami wasn't the place where I could raise her or stay. After deciding that, I did a Google search to find affordable cities for single parents, and Houston was somehow number 2 on that list, and New Jersey was the first. Now, I knew I wasn't going to New Jersey because it's too cold, so Houston was just the best option for me because it was close to Mexico. Once I made that decision, I didn't let it sit long at all. By the end of November, I had sold almost everything I owned, packed the essentials, and stayed with a friend for a few days before hitting the road. I didn't tell many people I was leaving because I knew they wouldn't understand. I didn't tell my mom because I knew she'd try to talk me out of it. I didn't tell my siblings because I knew they'd tell her. I made my great-grandma promise to keep the secret, and she did just that. She was hesitant at first, but when I reminded her that she left Georgia in her 20s to chase her dreams, she understood where I was coming from. She told me, if you're gonna go, we're gonna do it right. Make sure you come over here tomorrow so I can help you organize your car. And she did just that. She organized my car perfectly. Before I got to Texas, I spent almost a month in Alabama reconnecting with my dad and building an amazing bond with my grandparents. As soon as my grandma saw me, she said, "The city's been beating you up. You need some rest." And she was right. I've been moving so fast, going nowhere fast, that I didn't even realize that I needed to slow down and appreciate the little things. During that time, I built a strong relationship with my grandfather, who passed away a year later. He shared so much wisdom with me that I still carry with me today. When I finally made it to Texas, I thought I had an apartment lined up. When I got here, I was denied. I ended up staying between Airbnbs and hotels for so long and questioning if I had made the right decision. A few days later, my mom's mom had passed away. Losing her was devastating. She was one of my biggest supporters and always made sure me and my daughter were taken care of no matter if we were fighting or not. When her support was gone, I felt like I had lost all my help, for real. It was one of the hardest moments of my life. I went back to Florida for her funeral to grieve with family, and it was just me and my daughter in Texas, and we needed to be surrounded by loved ones, you know? While I was home, someone whose opinion I really valued sat me down, and they told me that I was being irresponsible and selfish for taking my daughter to Texas without a plan. That moment could have crushed me, for real. But I stood my ground. I told them, just because you never left doesn't mean it's not possible. I know I'll be okay. It was one of the scariest moments of my life, but I knew I had to keep pushing forward. After the funeral, I came back to Texas, but I didn't even have time to settle in before Christmas came. I ended up spending Christmas in San Antonio with my dad's best friend and his family. That morning, I got the news that my great-great-aunt, my great-grandma's sister, had passed away. That was another devastating loss, but I knew I couldn't give up. At the same time, I was dealing with work issues, right? Because when my grandma passed, my job that I had, which was a work from home job at the time in Florida, they fired me because they didn't want to give me any more time off for funerals. I had just made this big move, right? And now I'm jobless. It was crushing, but I kept going. My grandma was really the only reason I kept looking for a job, okay? Because I was like, I'm done looking for a job. In March of 2022, I got a job working for the state of Texas, but within 6 months, I lost that job too. At that moment, I realized, like, hey, listen, it's done. I'm not working for nobody no more. My original plan when I came to Texas was to become a notary now, but that never materialized. I still have the stamp and everything. I've never used it. Now, I've been doing hair on the side at this point while I had a job working for the state, and I was making more money. So when I lost that job, I was like, you know what? I'll just do it full time. At first, I wasn't a braider at all. Like, I couldn't really break, but I was learning and eventually discovered that, hey, maybe locks is the route I should take, because locks allowed me to be creative, to build something for myself, and to connect with people in a way that I hadn't done before. I have been doing locks since I was about 14, 15, but this time it became more than just a skill. It became my purpose. Sometimes the things that you're running from is the things that you're meant to do. Maybe not the way you thought about it though, right? In late 2022, I moved to Houston permanently. I started working in a salon for 3 months doing all the styles, anything you could think of. But working in a salon made me realize that locks was my true passion. Locks gave me the freedom to grow, to create, and to serve people in a way that felt fulfilling. This channel is called Miyagi the Blueprint because my story isn't just about me. It's about the process of building something from nothing. It's about resilience, growth, and figuring out your path, even when the odds are stacked against you. I'll be sharing more about my journey and the lessons I've learned and everything I'm still trying to figure out, whether it's business, personal growth, or just life in general. This channel is about creating your own blueprint, and I hope it inspires you to create yours. Thank you so much for watching my first video. If you're on your own journey, please hit that subscribe button so we can figure this thing out together. There's so much more that I can share, and I can't wait to show you how I'm building my blueprint. See you on the next one.